sacked 62 times. Hembo's got a little comeback, and I have a feeling next week's question might be a little bit more challenging. But we're talking about Carson Wentz for a reason. Someone has to win the NFC East, and after yesterday, it might well wind up being Washington throwing its hat in the ring, beating the Bengals yesterday. Washington 2-2 in its last 4 games. The Cowboys hadn't won in a month, but they scored a win over in Minneapolis thanks to Andy Dalton's 3 touchdowns, Zeke Elliott's first 100-yard game of the season, and the Eagles, they failed to expand their division lead after losing to the Browns. Carson Wentz, candidly, was terrible. 2 more interceptions. A little later in the program, we'll talk about the possibility that he might get benched because his coach addressed it. But let's just look at the division. Cowboys win. Washington wins. All 4 teams have 3 wins in the division and are squarely in the mix. You want to talk about the remaining schedule. The Eagles have the toughest remaining schedule with 4 games remaining against teams that are over 500. Cowboys, on the other hand, have the easiest schedule remaining, only 1 game against a winning team. So it is almost a difficult question to ask, but I will ask it to Dan Orlovsky. Which is the best team in the NFC East?
Yeah, the New York Giants. I broke it down to 3 questions, Greeny. First of all, what defense do I trust the most in that division? It's the Giants. They've got the best defense in that division by far. Then what coaching staff do I think has the best belief in their players, has the best feel for their players, has the best trust in their players, and vice versa, players to coaches? I think it's the New York Giants. And then the most important one is what offense and what quarterback do I trust the most in that division right now? It's Daniel Jones if he doesn't turn the football over. And I want everyone to understand how difficult that is for me to say and how mind-blowing it is for me to say. That I trust Daniel Jones the most out of anyone in that division, as long as he doesn't turn the football over. And the truth is this. Over the last 6 games, the Giants are 3-3. And those 3 losses are by 6 points. Yeah. The Giants are the best team in that division.
Rex, I'm coming to you with the same thought. RC, I'm saving you for last. Rex, I'm coming to you with the same thought. Which is the best team in the NFC East?
Well, I agree with Dan, except for who's going to be coaching. Are we going to fire your offensive line coach again, or who's next to be fired? I don't know. But look, I appreciate, Dan talking about my son like that, Daniel Jones. But he's right. Like, Carson Wentz is garbage. Like, I watch him. I'm sitting back, saying I still like Carson Wentz. Man, he's playing so bad. And when you look at it, look, the Cowboys do have the easiest track. They'll probably get there. But right now, I like the Giants better. But the Cowboys, that with an easier schedule, I hate to say it, I could see them winning the division. All
right, so we got 1 for the Cowboys and 1 for the Giants. And Ryan Clark, I believe it would be a breach of my fiduciary responsibility to this program, to this network, and perhaps to the entire company if I did not point out to you that the only thing separating any of the teams in this division, the reason the Eagles have the lead in the division, is because of the tie. What is your reaction?
Greeny, can you hear me?
Yes, I've got you, RC.
Because you know what? While you were talking, my TVU actually shut off. How about that? When you were talking about the tie, my TVU shut off and I couldn't hear you. That's the greatest thing that has ever happened to me, because on Sundays now, I pray for the Cowboys to go on a run and win the NFC East. Because as I'm sitting in my house, here is what I picture when you send me that tweet about the tie and you send me the standings. I see you're in your house and you're looking at your kids and you say, you know what? You say, you know what? Fire. Then you look at your one kid, you say Adam. Then you look at your other kid, you say Gase. I told RC, I told Rex, I told Dan that the tie was going to win it all. And you know what? I was right. And so right now, even though, hey, did I tell you guys, Northwestern blew out Wisconsin. It was freaking great. And then I saw Golick. We had pizza. I ate it with a fork. I ate it with a knife. And I said, hey, wait. The Eagles still got that tie, and they're still going to win. And I'm going to text RC because this is what I care about, guys. This is what I care about. Yes, I'm in the Hall of Fame, but that's not what's important. What I care about more than having friends is this. I care more about being right than having friends. And right now, Fire, Adam, and Gase, I am right. Now, bring my dog Trevor Lawrence over here so we can eat. That's you. That's what I picture every weekend.
That's very, very well played. By the way, I assumed that Fire, Adam, or Gase, one of them was the dog, because I only have 2 kids. But that's okay. I will give one of them the middle name, Adam, or something like that. You know what?
Stace's name is now Fire.
Oh, that's correct. Well, okay. Very well played. Very well played. The bit worked, regardless of my number of kids. Okay, let's move on to a game yesterday where something happened that I'm not sure it made any sense at all. Let's see if we can make any sense of it together. And that is Tua and the Dolphins on the road taking on the Broncos. The Dolphins have won 5 straight. Fourth quarter, they're down 20-10. Dan, they're struggling. 3rd and 21. Tua getting sacked for the 6th time. And guess what happens? Tua goes to the bench, and he's not hurt. Dan Orlovsky, quick reaction.
Yeah, Greeny, I mean, their offensive line got beat up yesterday and not playing well against a good Denver front, and they decided, listen, Tua's not the guy, let's bring Fitz in. He gave them a little bit momentum offensively, especially early on.
Yeah, he did bring them in, and he did try to work his magic bringing them down the field, but then he does this. His pass intended for Devontae Parker was intercepted in the end zone by Justin Simmons. It's a bang play, but the pick is made, and so Tua on the bench, the Dolphins' win streak comes to an end.
Tua wasn't injured. We just felt like it was the best move at that point in the game. We had to get in the 2-minute mode, and we just felt like he gave us the best chance to win the game.
Do you leave this game needing to make any wholesale change at the quarterback position? Is Fitz going to be in line to be a starter, or
no changes?
So, Dan Orlovsky, let's take a moment and live in this for a minute here. No injury to Tua. He just felt that Fitzpatrick gave them the better chance to win that game in that moment. As a quarterback yourself, what is your reaction to the way that was handled?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it because this is the first time in Tua's NFL career, brief as it is, where he's faced with resistance, where he's faced with like the reality of what it's like to play in the NFL. That it's sometimes really